Right. Hi, good morning. Just a quick video. All right, so last night in the early hours of this morning, I've had 2 hours sleep. I'm on my way to do my stretching at the sauna and in the pool. Right, so I posted about the truckers in Canada on Facebook last night from the perspective that not so long ago, the general public had made heroes and heroines out of members of the medical profession, nurses and care workers, and now they are sort of like public enemy number one: get your vaccine, etc., or lose your job. So that was that. So now it's the truckers. People are rallying behind the truckers, heroes, and so forth. So my point, I sort of parallel that with when Moses had gone up to the mountain to have a word with God in private. And at the time, he being the leader, they being slaves, they couldn't sort of just contain themselves and wait for him to get back. They needed to have somebody, something to worship. They must have a leader. They must have people leading from the front. So my point was, all right, so I'm looking at it, or even at Kid Rock. Anybody who supports the narrative, they make heroes of them, they rally behind them, etc. And it's this clapping and booing type thing that human beings do. I'm just using this situation with the mandates and what's going on with the truckers as my example, because that's the current one. But it's just a habit that people have. And I'm talking in terms of people who, for whatever reasons, won't use their own initiative to start a movement. But when somebody else does, or when they're encouraged to make heroes out of certain types, they will jump on that bandwagon. And then as soon as the bandwagon rolls out of town, they'll go back to being themselves, and they'll wait for the next leader or the next lot of heroes to come along. So, in winding up, it is this thing where human beings, some not all, because you can see 2 hours sleep and I'm still going to the gym. Well, not the gym, the swimming pool and the sauna. And I don't need anyone to motivate me. I didn't need anyone to give me an early morning phone call to encourage me to go. I picked myself up and I did that. But that's me. That's how I have lived my life for as long as I have memory. I've never known that I needed anyone to motivate me. And people would say, but that's you. And I always talk about self-development, personal self-development, so that when the time comes, they say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Rather than looking around for somebody to lead, we should be able to lead ourselves. So this is the point I was making, really. I find it embarrassing. Not that it's my business, but I do find it embarrassing because this is a pattern we see all the time. It's the same with the two-party political system. We vote this one in, we're not happy with them, we vote them out, we vote for the other one, and we not when I say we, I don't mean me, right? Because I don't sort of yield to politicians, but it's a tendency to keep voting for the same result. Politicians do what politicians do. So yeah, I find it very interesting. I can't stop because I've got to run because there's a class at 10 and I need to spend like an hour in the pool. It's something that I do find interesting, but right now I'm kind of embarrassed. It's a bit like with the Black Lives Matter thing as well, where the football players are still kneeling after all this time, and it's like because they've been told to, some of them, they might be programmed to think they're doing something worthwhile. Others perhaps are doing it because it will look bad if they don't, or they've been given orders to do it. But heroes come and heroes go, politicians come, politicians go, leaders come, leaders go, and ultimately we are stuck with us. And so for me, hi, good morning, for me the best situation is that we learn to lead ourselves. It was Joseph Smith who said, when asked how do you manage to control so many people, if you know who Joseph Smith is, if you don't, Google. He answered, I teach the people correct principles and they govern themselves. If we could all govern ourselves, we wouldn't need politicians. Politicians would work for us. We wouldn't sort of be begging them for anything. They would be begging us to vote for them. They would be asking us, what can we do for you, if we could govern ourselves. Anyway, let me go in. Take care and look after yourselves and have a nice weekend. Bye bye.